Touch on it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath!
Let's go back post. Header's there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez! Middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer literate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works. Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Go! XP! Go back!
Eddie Steve, baby! Goodness.
Have your keys. Alright. I'll be back at 4.
Mm-hmm. Eugene, they didn't pack the extension. You gotta be right here, I'm sorry. They didn't pack my extension. They didn't get him. Oh, wait, he's bringing something to you.
Okay. This me?
Yeah, they didn't pack the extension.
So we're going to sit here?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Can you hear me? You're welcome to Gaelic Park. First round of the championship, we have St. Barnabas and Cork. It's the first of 3 senior football games today. There we have a point to open the scoring for St. Barnabas. That should be Garrod Kennedy. A lovely chip over from about 20 yards out. Of course, we have quite a host of new rules this year, already been adopted in Ireland in the league. Conor Rafferty goes up for that ball in the middle of the field, slips out of his hands, and Cork have possession. Lovely in ball into the corner forward. Flick back, Cork are moving the ball. But it's picked up. St. Barnabas fullback Dylan Curran, he's moving the ball out the field. We'll give you the lineups on the two sides in a few minutes. As soon as we get a break in play, we'll be able to read them out for you. But Barnabas have possession, they're on the 45. Moves on, Mikey Brosnan. There was an advantage there from the referee for a minute. Barnabas moving the ball around the D. The larger D, of course, now is 40 metres, which gives us our 2-point play. That was a 2-point effort by Conor Rafferty, but it just drifts wide. So, second scoring chance for St. Barnabas. 1 wide, 1 point. Clock is ticking. We have 2 minutes played. St. Barnabas is a perennial contender for the championship in New York for the last few years. Back-to-back champions in 21 and 20 and 21. And the ball is out for a sideline. And it is a St. Barnabas sideline. Goal chance on here for Barnabas. Good interception by the fullback. Is that Sean Wilson for Cork? Good interception. A wide ball. That was a timely interception by Wilson, just to put enough pressure on Barnabas forward to make him just bobble the ball out for wide. Second Barnabas wide, but you could say the first 3 minutes has been all Barnabas. Here comes the kick out. Cork kick out, slips through the hands. Conor Matters, but it slips out of his hands. Cork on the attack. Ball into the full forward line. Free in. Cork have a free in and definitely in scoring position. That was Philip O'Shea that was fouled. Free taker for Cork will be Brian Toomey. Chips it over the bar. First attack for Cork, first score. So 1 point each. 3 minutes gone. Barnabas on the kick out. Jack Dennis. Long ball out to the middle of the field. High arcing ball, but it does fall kindly for the Cork players. On the attack again, but intercepted. That's Shane Brosnan who got his hands on it there. Out the field. Conor Kelly in possession. Barnabas are moving it nicely through the hands. Kevin Rafferty on it. One of 3 Rafferty brothers on the field today for Barnabas. Lovely ball into the inside corner. Fisted pass. Can Tiernan Matters do something positive with it? Again, double teamed on the defence by Cork. And they got the steal. Very well done, it must be said. That's the second time now Cork have stopped bona fide goal chances from happening. Just with that timely interception. Cork moving the ball up the field. Back to the centre. It is a facet of the new game where you may recycle quite a few times before you take your goal scoring chance or point scoring chance. So McCullough is pushed out to the sideline. And Cork recycle again. Again back out to just midway between the 45 and 65 lines. That arc is at 40 metres out, so that's where you want to be outside if you do want to create a good 2-point chance. The ball out over the sideline for a Barnabas sideline. Conor Rafferty deep in behind his own 14. Barnabas working the ball out. Conor Kelly again showing well as he drops back into the half-back line. Just those the wing forwards are definitely linkmen as this new game has developed, not just here but in Ireland also. Long shot from Jack Gleeson, and that's over. That's a 2-pointer, and the first 2-pointer of the game for Barnabas. And that was Jack Gleeson with that one. That was more a direct approach by Barnabas in that when they got the ball into the Cork half, 3 passes and they were shooting. Ball is broken in the middle of the field by Cork. That's Rory Duggan. Long range score. That's just a point though. He was just about inside that 40-metre line. So just coming up to 7 minutes gone. 3-2 lead for St. Barnabas. And here's Jack Dennis again with the kick out. Another high one right in the middle of the field. But it breaks down to Cork hands. The Rebels on the move again. Lovely score. Andrew Burke, lovely chipped over point to tie the game up. So for all of Barnabas' dominance in the first 5 minutes of the game, we're tied. 3 points each. High arc and kick. Can Barnabas get their hands on it though? They are putting this ball out in the middle of the field, but it's Cork that has won the last couple of breaks. That's Lorcan Kennedy moving the ball in. Again Andrew Burke on the ball. Nice little flick. Kennedy is turning back. Looking for help. He has it. Came in the front of Rory Duggan again back in the half-back line. Oh, that ball in was a lovely ball in, but just bounces too high for the Cork full forward and wide ball. Game has settled down to an interesting contest. There's Jack Dennis again, low ball this time. Probably got instructions from somewhere to maybe go short and keep possession. Made sense, and Barnabas are moving the ball up the field. Again, Conor Kelly on that wing. Inside, high reception by Jack Gleeson. Feeds the ball back out. Conor Matters looking for options, turning back. There is movement in the full forward line. There's James Donovan. Again, keep possession. Perhaps looking for that good opportunity for a scoring chance. Mikey Brosnan. 1 of 7. A ball goes in, but it's just going to run wide. I was just going to say Mikey Brosnan, 1 of 7 St. Barnabas players that are on the New York panel. The team that played Galway a couple of weeks back in the Connacht Championship. They are still in training, getting ready for a Tailteann Cup. The first round for them in the Tailteann Cup, which is coming up in the first week in June. The New York hurlers are travelling home. That's a mark in the middle of the field by James Donovan. Great catch there. Great catch to win the Cork kick out. Conor Rafferty being chased. Rory Duggan chases, get a touch on it, slows them down. Here's Conor Kelly. Barnabas may get a shot off. Great defending by Cork. Made them work really, really hard and got the interception. There's John Conifrey there. Excellent interception by him. Low ball into the into the half forward line. Shot on goal. Just wide. That was definitely a goal chance for Cork. Ball was very, very dangerous as it came into the box. The fist reached it, but just punched it just wide to the right. So with 11 minutes gone, or just past 10 minutes gone, 19:46 left in the clock, it's certainly settled into a contest where both teams have their chances. High ball out in the middle of the field by Dennis, won by Barnabas, Conor Rafferty. Garage Kennedy. Half forward line is definitely dropping deep, moving the ball through the hands. And then it allows one of their men in possession to get moving forward. Great interception again though by Cork. Man on the run. That's Aaron Traynor. Gets deep into the Cork half of the field. Cork moving the ball through the hands. We'll talk about the new rules of the game and how it has changed, probably changed how teams set up and where they want the shots to come from. Great interception by Barnabas. That was a dangerous ball into the full forward line again. Conor Rafferty with moving the ball out. There's Shane Brosnan. The few times that the ball has gone into the Barnabas full back line, Barnabas have certainly dealt with it very, very well. Low ball into the corner. Mikey Brosnan turns it back. Wide ball, just faded to the left at the very end. It was certainly a good chance, but it just faded to the left at the end and a wide for Barnabas. That's their third wide of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Just while we're waiting for the setup, I just want to say hello to Donny O'Sullivan from Bantry in County Cork. Donny, very familiar to all of us in Gaelic Park. Came here in 1965. He's sitting over there under the scoreboard. Hello, Donny. Fantastic to see you here. Probably coached a bunch of us down through the years. Certainly coached me with Astoria Gales. Cork on the attack. They won the possession from that kick out. Moving the ball through the hands. Andrew Burke. Andrew has shown quite a bit so far in this game. Ball into the corner, but dealt very well with James Boyle. Barnabas coming out. 17 minutes left in the game. 3 points each. But it must be said, a very enjoyable game of football in that the ball is moving up and down. The tackles are coming in very positive, and nothing malicious or dirty about them. They're all going for ball and winning it on occasion. Barnabas on the attack. Free in. The foul on Mikey Brosnan, if I'm not mistaken, and definitely a scoreable chance. About 20 metres out. 10 metres to the left of the post, to the left of the left post. Mikey Brosnan with ball in hand. And there's the lead again for Barnabas. Four points to 3. Ball in the Cork keeper's hand. Setting up. That's James Kine. No relation. Ball out over the sideline. Richie Hartnett, our New York hurling manager, gives us the signal. It's a Cork ball. Richie going home with the New York hurlers next week for the semi-final of the Laurie Maher Cup. Maybe we might be able to get a word with him, although he is busy. He is the hurling chairman, which gives him another job. Linesman today. Cork moving the ball through the hands. Rory Duggan. Inside, looking for Ger McCullough, but doesn't. It falls out. Rory Duggan again picks it up. Fantastic work by Duggan, who has been very prominent so far. On the run, goal chance for Cork. Great save Jack Dennis. Great save by Jack Dennis. Free out, touched on the ground, but that was certainly a fantastic save, and that was a bona fide goal chance for Cork. One that may look back and rue that miss. Shane Brosnan on the ball, moving it out. Kevin Rafferty. Excuse me. Ball out in the left wing here, the stand side of the field. Carriage Kennedy, nice little flick pass inside. Kevin Rafferty, but it drops in the goalie's hands, and Cork are moving it out. Goalie is out the field. One thing I will say is in this game, the goalies have kept close to home. They are allowed to roam as far out, and it is something that you see with the goalies in Ireland, and certainly at club and county level. And we have seen it here as well, but they've stayed close to home today, both the Cork and Barnabas keepers. Andrew Burke through the hands, keeping possession. That's Matthew Queenan. Again, Rory Duggan runs into a little bit of bother, but bounces out of it. Shot on goal, but it is dropping. Back at the net for Cork. Who got the touch? Is that McCullough? Ger McCullough with the touch. And Cork are in the lead. 14 minutes left in the game. Long ball into the square. McCullough finally got that touch that he looked for earlier on in the game. Just did enough to change direction on it. Back at the net. How do Barnabas regroup from it? Obviously there's loads of time in this one, but certainly a blow. Jack Gleeson tries to, and he's back on the ball. High towering kick, and it's over the bar. Great reply. Fantastic reply by Barnabas. Straight down the field. Got their shot in. Jack Gleeson over the bar. Because the goal after a thunderbolt of a goal coming at one end of the field, you want to go down the other end and create pressure. Barnabas did everything right about that, with Gleeson finally getting on the hands at the end of it. Towering kick over the bar. Long kick out by Kine. No ball into McCullough again. Flicks it away. Does enough, Andrew Burke. Towering kick. Did it stay inside? Whistle was gone. Whistle was gone on the free. The advantage was there. If the ball had landed over the bar, it would have counted, but because it tailed wide, it comes back. Free on just on the 40-metre line, and the 40-metre arc. Brian Toomey standing over the ball. Middle of the goal, long kick. Over the bar. Lovely score by Toomey. Seven points to 5, or 1-4 to 5 points. Both teams have taken their chances in the last couple of minutes, replied to each other's blows. Ball middle of the field, low ball gets knocked to the ground. Andrew Burke again. Burke is getting on a power of football out there. Gets through the full forward line. Jack Dennis on the ball, feeds it out to his defenders. Barnabas looking to get a reply back at the other end now. Nolan Kelly has came on. We will find out who he came on for in a moment. Ball inside, Mikey Brosnan. Point, lovely score. Lovely score, Mikey Brosnan. And Barnabas are within 1. 10 minutes left on the clock, 10 minutes 30 seconds. Good reply. 1-4 to 6 points. Cork still in the lead. James Kine looking for options before he drives this ball out. Will it be low? Will it be high? There's the decision. Middle of the field. Conor Matters knocks it down. Garrod Kennedy. The key part there was having somebody to pick up that ball when it hit the ground. Mikey Brosnan in the corner. Brosnan looking for options. Back to Jack Gleeson. Just to the right hand side and wide. Certainly was the right option though. You have to appreciate he saw the chance, took it. Just to the right and wide. 4th wide of the game for Barnabas. So their percentages are high now. Shooting 60%. Straight down the middle, Tiernan Matters. Breaks it down, picks up his own ball. Inside, another towering kick. Conor Matters, but right at the post, a little bit further right this time, and wide for the 5th wide. Tiernan Matters certainly made all the right decisions, fed it into his brother. Just tailed wide, right on him. Again, going back to Barnabas of 7 on the New York panel, Cork of 2. Morgan Gary and Sean Wilson. So while the New York numbers certainly lean to St. Barnabas' favour, certainly the game as it's been played right now is a very, very close one. Not just on the scoreline, but certainly in all the battles around the field. Ball breaks down. James Donovan moving it quickly. Conor Matters through the hands. Mikey Brosnan, lovely feedback. Over the bar. Should be Jack Gleeson. That was superbly efficient with their passing there as Barnabas moved it quickly through the hands. Gleeson on the ball, and a Cork defender just for that late tackle is getting a talking to by the referee, Mike Burke. Mike Burke, part of the Galway club in New York here, but from Austin Stacks originally. Actually played for the Galway Junior B side last week, scored 3 points for them, so very familiar with the scoring that's needed out here. Fantastic catch in the middle of the field by James Donovan. Fantastic catch. Took the mark, fed it off right away to Conor Matters. Ball moving on the right side of the field. Kelly moves it. Garrod Kennedy moving it on. Jack Gleeson between the posts again. Lovely score. And Barnabas, after a little bit of trouble, are back in lead by 1. 7.5 minutes left in the game, but Barnabas have, perhaps you could say, weathered the Cork storm and have got back into the lead by 1. James Kine looking for options. Looks left, looks right, goes left side of the field. It's a battle though, four sets of hands up there, comes to the ground. Andrew Burke on the ball. No ball into the deep left corner. Battling, but it just rolls harmlessly wide. Good battle between corner forward, corner back, but you'd have to say the back won by just letting that ball filter away wide with no danger. Jack Dennis. Goes short, goes quick. Conor Rafferty showed very, very well. James Boyle. Ball through the hands. We will try and get into the new rules as they play out as much as we possibly can. Barnes moving the ball across to the railroad side of the field. James Donovan finds Kelly. Garrod Kennedy. So the new rules, 3 players have to stay in that offensive half of the field. So it limits the amount of people you can bring back behind the ball on your defensive end. Tiernan Matters, long drive. Fades just left. That would have been a 2-pointer, but just faded to the left just at the end. was basically like that pitching wedge you were putting into the green, but it just tailed off and rolled off the green on you. Did the wind have an effect on that? Not sure. There is a breeze picking up here. It's actually blowing into the railway end. It has been a beautiful morning, or a beautiful first 20 minutes though. If that breeze has any consequence, we'll let you know as we see it. The flags are flying in, just lying down now again, so the breeze has faded. Ball out over the sideline. That's a Cork sideline. Looking for options. Burke gets it. Moving the ball, Larkin Kennedy. Larkin plays hurling as well. On the Limerick team, playing senior for them this year. Quite a few dual players in the American ranks as well, which is fantastic to see. Lovely ball. Lovely ball. Fifth Cork point. Sides are level once more. That was a centre forward. Owen Murphy. Lovely score by Murphy. Ball is bobbled by the Barnabas. Cork pick it up. More pressure coming on. Ball is snatched up though by Dylan Curran. Cleaned up and moves it out. Shane Brosnan. Out over the sideline. Referee is calling it. It's a Cork ball. All the Barnabas names, practically all of them, very familiar to all the people in New York who have watched them come up through the ranks, be it with Barnabas or with some of the other clubs. Shannon Gales, the Matters. But to see them come up through the ranks and playing at the highest level in here in New York is certainly a fantastic tribute to all the underage structure here. Cork on the attack. Turns it back, Wilson. Barnabas' hand gets an interception, does it? No, back in Cork's hands. But going back to that, it is fantastic to see these American-born players rising to the very top. The New York junior football side will be, as we look at a Cork free being taken. Brian Toomey fades, drops short actually, surprising because Toomey has been kicking the ball very, very cleanly. Cork battling, great block by Garrod Kennedy. Back in the hands though, Toomey made amends over the bar. Back into a slim lead. 2 minutes left in the half. Cork in it with the slimmest of leads, one must say, because both teams have had their opportunities in this first 30. Interception, referee, no whistle. Barnabas, carry on. Not that you need to... Oh, hold on, Mike Burke is calling the ball back. He is calling it back. It is a Barnabas free. Had the opportunity last night to talk to Mick Healy, the manager of that New York junior side, which will be taking on a US North American team in what is, for want of a better term, is the quarter-final. The winner gets to play in the semi-final in Ireland, and that quarter-final will be here on June 14th. That promises to be a fantastic day. Intercepted by Barnabas, it comes back in their hands. That touch from Mikey Brosnan, it was hard to know where it was going to go, but there was more green shirts available. Lovely ball across the field. Garrod Kennedy, little bit of room. Turning it back, he's taking on his man. Shane Brosnan. Do we need Hawkeye? No, he's signal wide. Signal wide off his left foot. Maybe if he had a chance, just a split second to come back to the right foot. But going back to the New York junior side, will be playing the North American selection. Put that in your calendar. We will be covering it as well. But put it in your calendar, June 14th. Mick Burke is the manager of that side. Johnny McGeaney is involved as a selector. some of the other people that are there, we'll let you know maybe at half time. If we have an opportunity, we'll fill you in a little bit more. The winners then go back. They play their first game, the semi-final, or the winner of that competition will be in the semi-final in Abbottstown. Final is in Crow Park. It'll be a curtain raiser for one of the big games back in Crow Park. That'll be in July. Sean Wilson, long range effort, but just tails to the left. Wilson, New York fullback. 40 seconds. There may be a chance for one more score at either end, depending on possession, of course. Barnabas working it out. Working it through the hands. Shane Brosnan right here in front of us. Soloing. Somebody let him know he's got 25 seconds. Needs help perhaps. Now, they can play on until the hooter goes. Long range drive. Brilliant. Well done, Kine. Well done in the goal. That was a long range effort from Jack Leeson. Cork did enough to knock it down to his defensive line. And Cork are working it out. They can play until the play is dead now. They can keep possession. If the play goes dead for a free or for a wide or something like that, then the half is over. One of the new rules which has been working very, very well. Intercepted. Rory Duggan. Cork. Is this? No whistle. No whistle. Thought he was fouled. Mike Burke had a different read on it. Intercepted by Cork again. Both teams have had chances. Giving it left and right. Still in Cork hands. What can the Rebels do? That hooter went some 25 seconds ago. Ball across the middle of the field. Barnabas intercepted. James Boyle. Free out. Now we're working it. We're back with Shane Brosnan right in front of us again. Barnabas did this deja vu all over again, you'd say. Looking around. Is there help for him? The clock is at a minute. A minute of extra time. Low ball in. Brother Mikey turns. Lovely chip over the bar. What a score. Ties the game up. Fantastic effort. Shane did a lot of the work up the left sideline here, right in front of the stands. Got to Brother Mikey. Chipped over. Fantastic score. Sides are level. 9 points to 1-6.
Touch of it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath.
Let's go back post. Header's there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross!
What a goal! What a goal from Mendez. Middle for it. There is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal. It's a goal for the police department.
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer illiterate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works. Mendez, go for the cross!
What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Oh! XP! Go back!
Eddie Steve, baby.
Here he's back.
Touch on it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath.
Let's go back post. Header's there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross!
What a goal! What a goal from Mendez. Middle for it. There is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal. It's a goal for the police department.
Tell me when we're back on. Are we on? Here we are in the second half. Shane Brosnan up the right wing. And the brother Mikey. Ball is turned around. Looking for options. Carol Kennedy. Feeds it back out in the middle. Conor Rafferty is there. Playing keep possession. Shane Brosnan bursting up the centre. Does he have an opportunity to shoot? He just takes the other option. Over the bar. Conor Matters, very nice score. The run up the middle for Shane Brosnan kind of kept the defence honest, and then Conor had the opportunity. One shot over the bar, lovely score. Puts the Barnabas back into the lead. Kick out over the sideline, coming right here beside us. That's going to be a Barnabas ball. Yeah, Cork man might have been better off if he hadn't touched the ball at all, because what he did actually gives Barnabas a shooting opportunity. Goes all the way from the middle of the field right up to the 40-metre arc. I guess that goes back to the moral. Sometimes less is more. Thank you, Brosnan, standing over the ball. Ten points to 1-6. 10 points to 9. Mikey steadies himself. It's coming back. It's coming back. And it's over. Lovely score. Lovely score. 2-point score. That punishment really shows Cork that they should have left that ball down. 12 points to 1-6. No ball. It's Owen Murphy, middle of the field for Cork. Moves the ball on. Rory Duggan. That's Brian Toomey looking back. Goal chance on. Great save. Great save, Jack Dennis. Fantastic save. Free out. That's one of those new rules where the person that's fouled is allowed to just take it on himself, start moving the ball. Advantage. It's called back. Dylan Curran, he moved the ball that 20-25 metres. Cork man down on the field now. Curran did move that ball 20-25 metres, got it moving again. But right now, Mike Burke is looking at an indiscretion. I don't think it was too major, but certainly it may turn that ball over. What goes from what was a Barnabas opportunity for attack may come back. Talking to his linesman. Barnabas loses possession. Brian Toomey from... He's trying to confirm who he was speaking to. It is a Cork free. No cards dispensed. No black cards dispensed. Just Cork possession. They're roughly between the 65 and 45 metre line in the St. Barnabas half of the field. And he goes back. Larkin Kennedy called for it in the middle of the field, takes possession, looks at his options, gives it to his centre back, Matthew Queenan. Queenan is going into a corner. Cork may want to work it back out. Follow that arc around. Long drive by Kennedy. Dropping short though. Just around the 14. Back of the net. Cork goal. It wasn't dealt well with by Barnabas. Cork got onto the ball as it hit the ground. Just waiting. Centre back. Matthew Queenan gets that final touch. Two 6 to 12 points. Sides are level once more. Queenan joined the attack then and just stayed up. And you know, it worked out to their benefit. Cork again on attack. Won the kick out. Brian Toomey. Long drive. Over the bar. Excellent score by Toomey. The waves of this game are certainly ebbs and flows, and now it's a Cork short period of dominance that has them back in front. Kick out is won cleanly. Moved up the left wing. Garage Kennedy on the ball, looking across. Finds Tiernan Matters. Great show by Matters. Gives it inside, James Donovan. Lovely little flick pass. And again, it's Matters who is available. On the advantage. Going nowhere in open play. Gets the advantage. Should be a Barnabas free. Hard work done by Matters in that. Twice he was involved in the play. Gets his free. Should be very, very scoreable for Mikey Brosnan. But the assist here, even though it's a dead ball, certainly the assist goes to Matters. Mikey Brosnan, 21 metres out. As the crow flies about 30, lovely chip over the bar. Lovely score. Size level once more. I could be off, but on my reckoning that is probably the 6th time the sides have been level in this game. Cork kick out, won by Barnabas again in the middle of the field. Goes to ground. Conor Matters moves the ball up. Heavy foul by Sean Wilson. The whistle, yes, the whistle went. Another Barnabas free. Wilson gets a short talking to by Mike Burke. Mikey Brosnan steps over it. Tap over. Probably not fair to call it a tap over, the distance he was at, but for Mikey, the talent is such that it's called a tap over when he gets within that range. Andrew Burke moving the ball. Drops in the goalie's hands though. Jack Dennis moving it out. Shane Brosnan got on an awful lot of ball on the wing. Mikey Brosnan. Lovely turn, left footed this time over the bar. Nine minutes gone. 15 points to 2-7. 2-point lead for Barnabas. Certainly, I would have to say this half has been dominated by them. Short kick out. Left side, or right side. Pressure by the Barnabas forwards, but it is worked out. Aaron Traynor came up through the Celtic underage system. Dad Aidan obviously played back in the day for Celtics as well as Roscommon and Armagh. Long ball in. John McCullough. Oh! Glorious goal chance for McCullough. Glorious goal chance, but screams over the top. Happy to get a score, but certainly probably will feel that he had the opportunity to get so much more there. Is that wide? I thought he went to the flag. We'll just check on that. I was sure he went to the flag. They're just checking out with the linesman. I think he's using his linesman, which makes perfect sense. That thing was a screamer wide. So still 2-7 to 15 points. 2-point Barnabas lead. That one, I know there was goal chances in the first half as well, but that one certainly may come back to haunt Cork. Move came up the right wing. Some intricate passing. Aaron Traynor involved. McCullough got it. And a screamer wide of the right hand post. Clock is stopped now. 20 minutes gone, clock stopped. 20 minutes left. Clock is stopped, and we're running again. Back in play. High towering kick out by Dennis. Won by Cork again, though. Corkman wins the. Mike Burke is just calling him back. That free just may have been taken in the wrong position, so he's just calling it back. Again, have to say the game has been played at certainly a fantastic pace, as well as well within the rules of the game, and that there's no maliciousness. There is freeze, but nothing that heart and fire aren't causing. Certainly a fantastic game of football to start us off, and a trifecta today. There's 2 more senior championship games coming up behind this. Cavan are playing Donegal at 4:30 as Cork go on the attack. Matthew Queenan bursting through, back of the net. Back of the net, brilliant drive, brilliant back of the net, Queenan. Man wearing centre back on his back, number 6. He's been up in the forwards probably 4 occasions, 2 goals to his name out of it. So certainly on those percentages, you'd probably be looking at bringing him up a little bit more often, perhaps. There was a discretion by the goalkeeper. If we can just explain what's just happening right now. A discretion by the goalkeeper after the goal by Queenan. Jack Dennis brought the ball out. All I can surmise is that he took it from the wrong spot. That being said, he was punished by it, with the result a free to Cork. Brian Toomey is going to take that free to Cork, and with 18 minutes 30 left, Cork add to their scoreline, and now it's 3-8 to 15 points. They're in 2-point ascension. I'm not sure, would it be fair to say the punishment fitted the crime there, in that I'm not sure what Jack Dennis actually maliciously did wrong, if anything. But certainly he gets punished by a tap-over free for Brian Toomey. So Barnabas, listen, Barnabas know what work they need to do. They have time, it's 18 minutes, so certainly this game is not over. Both teams are in it richly, so certainly both have chances. Tiernan Matters looking up. Slipped on the strike, but it certainly worked out in that Garrod Kennedy got possession and taps over. Sixteenth Barnabas point. Low kick out for Cork into their own possession, into their own hands. That has worked. A good interception by Barnabas. Turnover on the left-hand side by Colin Kelly. Garrod Kennedy on the ball. Long drive in. Little flick by Mikey Brosnan. Back into the hands. Shane Brosnan back to brother Mikey, back of the net. First Barnable goal, but fantastic finish. More importantly, that little flick when he was being pressured was probably the most important part there, in that he flicked it down, stepped in, took the return, back of the net. Fantastic score for Brosnan. I think that's 1-9 for Mikey Brosnan today. Fantastic amount from a man who is flying right now, and certainly as Jack Gilsonan looks up, drops it in. Jack Gleeson drops it into the goalie's hands, but was fouled in the lead up to that. So it's a Barnabas free. But just going back to Mikey Brosnan's performance, 1-9 if I am correct with my scores. Ronan McGinley will be delighted to see the form that he's in. Just looking at options for the Tailteann Cup. New York footballers are training 3 times a week at the moment alongside their hurlers. Putting all the effort in to try and get success in the Tailteann Cup this year. They were very unlucky last year when they played Laois. They actually had opportunities to win the game. As Mikey Brosnan steps up. Middle of the post. Lovely score. Lovely score, and 110 on the mark for Mikey. Score now 117 Barnabas, 3-9 Cork. 15 minutes left. Cork on the ascension. Crossfield ball, it just may have too many legs, it did. Too much legs for Brian Toomey to get there. Conor Rafferty, quick sideline, Garrod Kennedy. Long ball again, in again to Brosnan. Barnabas have decided or been directed to use that long ball in and see where the breaks are coming, and they're not breaks. They're not breaks, they're not controlling. The little flicks down are on purpose. Andrew Burke coming out for Cork. Gives it to Queenan. Queenan looking up. Lovely right-footed pass into the corner. Ger McCullough turns his man. McCullough on the run. Between the posts. Lovely score. 3-10-117 in point stats. 20-19 in favour of St. Barnabas. Ger McCullough, of course, on the New York panel for a number of years in the past, in the recent past. Ball goes out over the train sideline, and it is a Cork sideline. Cork's period of dominance in the last 15 years, let's just say, was in the late noughties, 09, 010, 2010. They got to 2 county finals in a row. Now, they did meet a down team at the time, which was just at the peak of its dominance. The down team with lovely mark there by Ger McCullough. Wide ball for Cork. Down team that Mark Dobbins, Packy Downey, Eugene O'Hagan won a championship. So Cork met that team and then lost to Leitrim the following year. But it was a Cork team, Gary Lowney, Alan Rafferty, Dennis McCarthy, a fantastic team. Ball is out the stand side here. Barnabas sideline, just off the touch of the Cork hands. Cork's other period of dominance was in the 1950s. They actually won their last title. They have 5 titles, but they won their last one in 1955. Lovely long-range score by Garrod Kennedy. Fantastic point. Sideline taken quickly. Kennedy got his hands on it. That's 119. Lovely 2-pointer. Short kick out makes its way to Andrew Burke. Going back to Cork, so they won a title, but they actually qualified for 5 county titles in a row. They only took 1 title away from it, but certainly the period that time was a tough time with all the immigration from Ireland to win a county title in New York. So certainly they'd be admired for that. But there were the 2 periods of Cork dominance in New York. Larkin Kennedy making his way up the left side here for Cork. Gives it into Brian Toomey. Toomey comes across, looks back. It's Kennedy again. Kennedy, I think, may have thought about shooting, but just works it across. That's James Woods, I think, we're 19. Again, Cork keeping possession. 11.5 minutes left in the game. 119 to 310. Andrew Burke gets the little flick pass back. Turns, shoots. Wide ball, but by the slimmest of margins. Slimmest of margins. But it certainly was wide. Umpire had a great view, as well as Mike Burke, the referee, out in the middle here looking in at it. So certainly a great view. Jack Dennis tees up, looking for his options. I think it's too early to say that you keep possession. Another towering kick by Dennis. He certainly has a lovely kick of a ball. Gives your midfielder a chance to get in and under. Get possession, get a knockdown. Lovely ball inside by Kennedy. Hits Mikey Brosnan. Back to Shane. Kennedy, trifecta. It was terrible twins one time in Galway, and Frankie Stockwell and Sean Purcell. I think we may need to get a name for these three gems to possess the game they are playing. Conor Rafferty gets the flick past across. Looks back. Jack Gleeson in on goal. Will he have a goal chance? Oh, ball just fumbled at the wrong time, but still in possession. Still in possession. Looks inside. Foot block, perhaps. Referee, yeah, called it. I have to say it was hard to see it from here, but it did look like a foot block, and Mike, our referee, certainly had a far better view of it. Foot block penalty. With 9:42 left on the clock, and Garrod Kennedy stepping up to this, we have 119 Barnabas, 310 Cork. That's 22 points to 19. This goal could have a marked effect on the way the rest of the game goes. It may force Cork to start looking for goals where before they were, popping balls over the bar. Lovely low drive to the right hand side, put the goalie the wrong way. Fantastic goal. Shows you how a penalty kick, if you place it in that opportune location, no chance to stop it. So 2:19, 3:10. In a game that has been this tight so far, it just may be enough. No team has been before this point has been able to pull away from a 1-2 point lead in both directions. So have Barnabas put enough daylight between the sides? We'll have to wait and see. But Queenan, who has the man that found the net twice for Cork, is on the ball, and he's moving rapidly like a freight train up the left hand side here, turning back, feeds it inside. Lorcan Kennedy has time, looking for options. Blocked down, but there was advantage being played. Cork free. Ryan Toomey on the ball, number 12. Has been their free taker in chief throughout the 52 minutes we've played so far. He's looking on the 14, kind of awkward angle from there. No issues. Lovely chip over. Lorcan Kennedy did all the work there, gets the assist. Tap over from Brian Toomey. But in the whole scheme of tap overs, that one was a little bit more awkward now. Short kick out. I have to say that the short kick outs for both teams have worked to percentage-wise far higher than the long-range ones, the ones that were floating out to the middle of the field. Barnabas, long ball into the square, or outside edge of the... Fallen, but still gets the ball over the bar. Great score, Jack Gleeson, while being pulled to the ground. So certainly if the ball had gone anywhere else except between the posts, he was coming back for his free. Great finish. .220 to 3:11. 6.5 minutes left. 2:20 translates 26 points for Barnabas, 3:11, 20 points for Cork. While so is coming in, we will just give a quick shout out to the New York hurlers who are travelling home to play in the Laurie Maher. They play Monaghan next week in Cusack Park in Mullingar. If they're successful there, Cavan are waiting in the Laurie Maher final for the winner of that game. If they're successful there, they'll be playing Cavan the following week in Crow Park. It's the curtain raiser. Fantastic catch in the middle of the field. Fantastic catch by Jack Donovan, or James Donovan, I should say. Marks it, moves it on. Sideline for Barnabas. Laurie Maher, Cavan the following week. Captain of the team is Johnny Glenn. Vice captain David Mangan. Barnabas get intercepted. Connor Matters looking for options. Brother Tiernan from 40 metres out. Low pass. Not sure of the intended recipient, but Liam Rafferty did get his hands on it. Referee is going to come in and just maybe clean up what was happening in that little, I wouldn't call it a tussle or a skirmish. It was more just coming together of some hands. Throw up. Cork working it out. Get possession. Larkin Kennedy. Johnny Glynn, David Mangan, captain, vice captain. Richie Hartnett, Kerryman is the manager. Mike Sheedy, Tommy Kavanagh, the New York secretary, and Eamon Fitzgerald, hurling officer, are the selectors. So we certainly wish them the very best of luck next week, and hopefully that 10-day trip to Ireland is a successful one. Cork on the attack here. Back out. Kennedy has covered a massive amount of ground, Larkin Kennedy, I have to say. Been up and down the field. Brian Toomey sneaking in over the bar. $21 points to 26, 220 to 312. Is there enough time? 4.5 minutes, 4 minutes 40 seconds. Going back, normally you'd be looking at your 10 and 12 to be up and down the sides of the field, but Larkin Kennedy has been up and down continuously as an option. Tiernan Matters inside. Garrod Kennedy, little flick. Can this thing end up back of the net? Oh, great hands there. Andrew Burke for a 45. I think it was Burke that got the last touch from a Cork defensive standpoint. It was a goal-bound effort. Perhaps Jack Leeson will look back and say maybe he could have placed it a little bit different, but very, very easy to say that standing on the sidelines. A lot happening in there around the box. Good goal-bound effort. Burke did very well to get a touch out. So not to distract from what has been a very entertaining game. New York teams full of activity in the next 4 to 6 weeks between Talton Cup senior team, the lads we're watching here, some of them, Laurie Maher hurlers, New York junior side. So certainly a whole lot, and keep your just watch, for want of a better term, watch this space, because we will be covering a lot of those games with New Logical. So keep an eye out for us. Great kick, Tiernan Matters dropping. James Kine, the goalie, got a good touch to it. No free. Ball in Barnabas' hands. Goes to ground. Mikey Brosnan. Back out, Garrod Kennedy. They're moving it again. They're keeping possession, which with 3 minutes left is exactly what you want them to do. Kevin Rafferty rolled over. Was he fouled? He was fouled. I was going to say if he kept the ball too long he would have overcarried, but he was fouled before anything else happened. Back to James Donovan. Keep possession game, that's what they call it, and that is what Barnabas are doing right now. Time is ticking, so Cork will feel, and great pressure by Aaron Traynor. Great pressure by Traynor. Steals it. Works it back. Kennedy. Calls behind me here in the stand to stop the clock. Definitely fouled. Kennedy was fouled. Aaron Traynor made a brilliant interception there. Got his hand in, exactly how you preach to to any player, not just to young players. Get the touch in, flick that ball to ground, and then see what you can do with it then. He flicked it to ground, got possession, moved it around. Matthew Queenan, 21 points to 26. 220 to 312. Long ball in, but just not sure if the ball went where he was hoping it would go to. Drifted away wide to the right and just found its way out over the inline. So while he is governed by the referee, you will feel that Jack Dennis will be in no hurry to kick this ball out. No hurry at all. But here it is, low ball out to his right wing, Kevin Rafferty. Rafferty looks back, James Boyle, former New York captain, on the panel again this year. Shane Brosnan is the New York captain. Connor Matters moving the ball. Solo. 3 Matters brothers on the team today. Paddy, Connor and Tiernan. Back out. Owen Murphy. Cork will need to move it. They need 2 scores, not just 1. Minute left. Jar McCullough. No ball, no drive, lovely hands. Philip O'Shea back of the net. But it must be said that ball from Jar McCullough was exquisite, without a doubt. 43 seconds, clock is ticking. 24 points to 26, 220 Barnabas, 412 Cork. 2 points. We have talked about that 1.2 point lead that both teams have held during the course of the game. We're back down to 2 again, and Cork have won the Barnabas kickout. Long ball in. Garrod Kennedy between himself and James Boyle. Get possession. Tiernan Matters. Very, very sure hands. Kevin Rafferty. 11 seconds. Time that last interception by Garrod Kennedy, I think, was enough. Time is ticking down, and Barnabas have secured. Well, we do have to play until that buzzer, so. And Barnabas have secured the victory. 220, Barnabas 26 points, 412 to Cork, 24 points. But what must be said was an excellent game of football for the first round of the Senior Championship. Congrats to Barnabas, commiserations to Cork, but congratulations to both for putting on an excellent display.